Hello everyone, this is Tengu, and welcome back to my Dark Souls boss challenge. In the last episode, we explored the painted world of Ariamis and encountered the crossbreed Priscilla. After leaving the painted world, our chosen undead has returned to the Firelink Shrine to explore an area that's been available, but we haven't entered until now. Traveling past the walking skeleton-infested cemetery, we uncover a winding path leading down to the Catacombs. This dark, underground mausoleum is where clerics are tested on a special mission to seek the rite of kindling. This sacred rite is passed down by clerics, but is guarded by a masked necromancer who now reigns over the catacombs, known as Pinwheel. Little is known about this strange figure other than what we can gather from its odd masks. The three masks it wears represents a child, mother, and father, which is particularly interesting since the concept art for this boss shows how three people could be hiding under the cloak, stacked on top of one another, with each figure holding a set of lanterns. The lore description from the mask is also very interesting, as it gives us one of the few bits of info on Pinwheel's past. It states that Pinwheel is a necromancer who stole the power of the Gravelord, although it's hard to tell from the way it's worded if Pinwheel was a necromancer who stole the power from Nito, or if he stole the power of necromancy from Nito. So my theory is that Pinwheel is the child, mother, or father, and the other two died. Pinwheel is able to bring them back, but only as mindless puppets, and it now searches endlessly through books to perfect the true art of resurrection. I'd love to hear some of your theories on the lore behind Pinwheel. There's some interesting theories, so feel free to share them in the comments. For the fight against Pinwheel, our chosen undead is wearing the cleric set. This armor is typically worn by practitioners of the Way of White, many of whom have died on their journey through the catacombs in search of the rite of kindling. It is a very bulky set that really beefs up the character, though there is a lot of really nice detail on it, so I really enjoyed drawing it. As for our weapon, I had several requests for the falchion, so that's what I went with. I thought that people would want the great scythe for sure, but I guess I did just draw Priscilla's in the last episode. This weapon is dropped by the skeletons found here in the catacombs, and can be fun to dual wield due to its unique parry animation when held in the left hand. Instead of showing that though, I thought it'd be fun to draw the bone wheel shield. This giant wooden shield, encircled by spikes, is dropped by the incredibly annoying skeleton wheel enemies found just before the boss room. That area can be really frustrating, as being caught by a charge from one of those enemies can often mean death. The best part about this shield though is its multi-hit R2 attack that can actually do some surprising damage if you catch an enemy in it. The difficulty of the room before the boss is somewhat balanced by the fact that Pinwheel itself is incredibly easy, especially since most players don't enter the catacombs until much later in the game. It's a shame though, because the boss looks really cool, and I love the look of the room itself with all the piles of books, the water on the floor, and the skeletons hanging from the ceiling. Having a bit more of a challenging boss fight means spending a little more time in the room and just being able to take it in a little longer. But then again, it would also mean that we might have to do the journey to the boss room again if we died, so I'm okay with not doing that. Well, now that we have finished exploring the catacombs, we now will have access to the Tomb of the Giants, where the Gravelord himself resides. Nito is such a cool boss that a lot of people have been requesting for a while, so it'll be really fun to finally get to draw him. Leave your suggestions for our gear in the comments below, and leave a like to support this series. And with that, I hope to see you in the next episode.